End to the fees must fall protest. We are here at the University of Pretoria where, according to a message that was released to students from university management, academic activities are supposed to have resumed today, and it seems that they have staff and students continuing with their academic works, but we do have a group of students that are still protesting, saying that a 0% increase for 2016 is not enough, saying that there are other concerns such as fees in general are just too expensive, and they're calling for fees to decrease. And now what has happened here in the building behind me, the students have occupied the Client Service Center building, calling for management to address their other concerns. And next to me to explain exactly why, despite the 0% increase that they got to students, why are they still protesting, is the SASCO Secretary, Sipho Stuurman, who's going to explain to me what is this act of occupying the Client Service building is all about. Sipho, can you just please tell us what's happening here and what are the reasons behind this protests going on right now?
I think the reasons are very simple. We're saying 0% does not speak to even half of the issues that are affecting institutions of higher learning. For instance, the 0% doesn't speak to the financially excluded students who will have to deal with as political organizations next year. It doesn't begin to speak to the students in residence who cannot afford residences and have to be kicked out of res at the end of the year. The 0% is only a way of minimizing the cries of the working class, the cries of students. It's only a way to calm the process down, and we're saying 0% doesn't speak to anything of our demands. It only speaks to calm us down, and it's not enough.
Okay, so what do you want to happen now? What must happen now moving forward, especially considering that exams are so close?
I mean, exams are an issue for all of us, which is why we have a study group. Every night we meet and we have a night vision and we study because we understand the importance of exams. Moving forward, I think it's an issue of the Vice-Chancellor having to come down and address the students on the demands which she can commit to. Mind you, there are demands that she, as the Vice-Chancellor of this university or its council, can commit to. Things, we are tired of this blame shifting, we are tired of pep talks, we are tired of talk shows. We are demanding that this university listens to the students as the main stakeholders of this institution of higher learning. They cannot decide on students what students want. Students must now give the Vice-Chancellor what they want and demand what they want, and she must commit to those demands, of course, if it's within her capacity as a Vice-Chancellor, which they are.
Can you just list for me exactly some of these other concerns that you speak of that students have besides the 0% fee increase for 2016? What are the other issues that you speak of? Can you just list them for us?
I mean, to name but a few, for instance, in the University of Pretoria, we have this residence called Hatfield Studios, which costs a student 54,800 rand, excluding food, water and electricity. Now, if the National Financial Student Aid Scheme, otherwise known as NSFAS, gives you 67,400 rand maximum, already 55,000 is gone to a residence. What about your tuition? What about your food? What about your toiletries? What about your textbooks? It's not enough. What that does is that it systematically excludes students next as a form of financial exclusion in the university. I mean, secondly, the food prices at this university, for the mere fact that the NSFAS gives you 14,400 rand for 6 months, and if you use 100 rand a day, that money will not last you till June. That is 14,000 rand. That's not going to last you for 5 months. And the food prices are very exorbitant. I mean, a plate on average costs you 45 rand for a meal, which you won't even get full in. So if you want to eat 2 meals a day, that's 100 rand gone, and you're limited. You're kept at 100 rand. By June, that money is finished, and then you have a situation which we are facing now, where students are hungry, students have nothing to eat, and the university is not willing to make commitments as to how we're going to assist the hungry students.
Okay, and just lastly, what about those that want to just resume with their academic activities and wouldn't like to see any more disruptions?
I mean, to say we're disrupting is also misleading the nation as well. I mean, we're also students as well. We are also affected by studies as well. And this is why we have a study group and a study session every single day after we strike. We first clean up and then we strike. But the thing is that also with the exams, exams will be written. I think the media must also portray this to students that we will write exams. We can strike and we can pass at the same time. We can strike and we can get our distinctions at the same time. It's an issue that concerns us, but we're also students out there. We mustn't be branded by privilege when we think something is not a problem because it's not affecting you personally. There are many students out there who are suffering in institutions of higher learning, which is why we need to heed their call for a more accommodative university in South Africa.
All right, well, that's the message there. They're saying that they can strike but still get those distinctions, and that there are far deeper issues with higher education than just the call for zero-fee increment for next year. They speak of food prices being too expensive, residences being too expensive, and they want those issues addressed and not just the zero-fee increment that was the main call for the fees must fall protest taking place over the past few weeks.
Thank you, Sipho. That was Sipho Stuurman, our reporter, coming to us live from Pretoria.